In this video, I invite you to dive into the world of rare and little-known jewels from Queen Elizabeth II's collection. Many of these pieces have a rich history, are tied to significant events, or represent meaningful gifts, yet they have rarely, if ever, been seen in public. We will explore unique brooches, parures, and other masterpieces of royal jewelry that either remain tucked away in the royal family's collection or have only made appearances on extraordinary occasions. Before we begin, please support my channel by clicking the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you! One such rare jewel is the coral and onyx paisley brooch, a stylish and distinctive accessory with a contemporary flair. This brooch, designed in the shape of a traditional Indian paisley motif, stands out with its combination of coral, onyx, and diamonds. The intricate craftsmanship highlights pink and black elements framed by a delicate diamond border, creating a sophisticated contrast. Based on its style and materials, many experts speculate that the brooch was made in the 1970s and may have been gifted to Queen Elizabeth II during her visit to Birmingham. One of the brooch's rare public appearances occurred in 2019 at a garden party at the Palace of Holyrood House in Edinburgh. The event was part of the annual Holyrood Week, a tradition marking the Queen's stay in Scotland. On that day, Queen Elizabeth II wore a bright pink ensemble, perfectly complemented by this unique brooch. The brooch's black accents harmonized beautifully with her shoes and handbag, adding a touch of elegance to her overall look. Another remarkable piece in the Queen's collection is the Queen Adelaide's brooch, a true historical relic that reflects the tastes of its era while connecting generations of British queens. This extraordinary jewel first emerged in 1831 when King William IV commissioned it for his wife, Queen Adelaide. Created by the jewelers Rundell, Bridge & Company, the brooch originally served as the clasp for a pearl necklace. What makes this brooch particularly captivating is its origin. The central large diamond and 6 surrounding diamonds were taken from a badge of the Order of the Bath that had once belonged to King George III. Following Queen Adelaide's death, the brooch was passed to her niece, Queen Victoria, who designated it an heirloom of the crown, a status reserved for jewels intended to remain within the reigning monarchy. This designation ensured that the brooch has remained a cherished part of the royal collection to this day. In the 20th century, Queen Elizabeth II frequently wore this brooch for both daytime engagements and formal occasions. It appeared at significant events such as state banquets, Commonwealth ceremonies, and even the opening of the London 2012 Olympic Games, where it featured prominently during the Queen's iconic appearance with James Bond. However, Queen Adelaide's diamond brooch has not been worn publicly in over a decade. One can only hope it will make a reappearance soon, as this exquisite jewel continues to captivate with its rich history and timeless beauty. The Kent Amethyst Demi-Parure is a jewelry set that seamlessly intertwines royal history with the rich symbolism of gemstones. Its origins trace back to one of the most dramatic events of the 19th century, the death of Princess Charlotte of Wales, the daughter of George IV, in 1817. This tragic event triggered a succession crisis, prompting the Duke of Kent to marry Princess Victoria of Saxe-Coburg-Saalfeld. Their union laid the foundation for a new dynasty, as their daughter, the future Queen Victoria, would ascend the British throne. The Duchess of Kent, Queen Victoria's mother, became the first owner of this exquisite parure, which was created in the first half of the 19th century. The amethysts that make up the parure perfectly matched the tastes of the era. Associated with mourning, these gemstones were often worn by the Duchess of Kent following the loss of her husband. One portrait of the Duchess depicts her wearing a shell-shaped brooch adorned with a central amethyst and 3 pendants. After her death in 1861, the parure was inherited by Queen Victoria, who designated it as part of the Heirlooms of the Crown, a collection of jewels reserved for the reigning monarchy. The set consists of a necklace, a pair of hair combs, earrings, and 3 brooches, though today the brooch is the most recognizable piece. It can be worn in 2 variations, with pendants or without. Queen Elizabeth II, who inherited the Parure in 1952, rarely wore the entire set together. One such occasion was her visit to Portugal in 1985, where she paired the necklace, brooch with pendants, and earrings with the girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. This rare moment showcased the amethysts in their full glory. Experts speculate that 2 of the brooches from the set may have been used to lengthen the necklace, explaining the differing designs of some of its links. Despite the rarity of seeing the entire parure, the brooch became one of Queen Elizabeth II's favorite pieces. It frequently appeared at various events, especially during the later years of her reign. The Queen typically wore the brooch without its pendants, but during her visit to Arlington National Cemetery in May 1991, she chose to wear the brooch in its full form. Unfortunately, the other elements of the parure rarely, if ever, make public appearances. The hair combs mentioned in descriptions remain a mystery, as no photographs of them have surfaced. Many wonder if we will ever see the entire set in use. The Andamooka opal necklace is one of the most striking and impressive pieces in Queen Elizabeth II's jewelry collection. Created in 1954 to commemorate her 6-month Commonwealth tour, this magnificent gift was presented on behalf of the government and people of South Australia during a banquet in Adelaide. The centerpiece of the necklace is a 203-carat opal, mined in 1949 from the Andamooka opal fields in South Australia. This opal is considered one of the largest and highest quality white opals ever discovered in Australia. Its unique beauty and brilliance made it worthy of becoming the focal point of a royal jewel. The opal is flanked by 2 smaller opals and surrounded by 80 diamonds, all set in a palladium mount. The necklace was paired with matching opal and diamond earrings to create a complete parure. The presentation of the necklace took place during an official banquet at Parliament House in Adelaide, where it was gifted to the Queen by the Premier of South Australia, Mr. Thomas Playford. In recognition of his role in the tour, the Duke of Edinburgh was also presented with white gold cufflinks set with opals. The following evening, the Queen wore the necklace for the first and only time at a music festival at Wavell Oval, pairing it with Queen Mary's Lover's Knot tiara. Those in attendance were captivated by the opal's dazzling display of green fire, which added to the evening's grandeur. Since then, the Andamooka opal necklace has not been seen in public, but has been displayed on several occasions as part of exhibitions at Buckingham Palace, allowing admirers of royal jewels a rare opportunity to view this extraordinary piece up close. The Graving Dock diamond brooch is a jewel with profound historical significance, tied to an important moment in Queen Elizabeth II's life. Its story begins in 1947, when Princess Elizabeth embarked on her first overseas tour, accompanying her parents and sister on a visit to South Africa. This trip was a pivotal moment in preparing her for her future role as monarch. On March 4, 1947, during this tour, Princess Elizabeth conducted her first solo engagement by inaugurating the new Graving Dock in East London, a port city on South Africa's southern coast. After delivering a speech, she was presented with a special gift from the South African Railways Administration, a set of 5 diamonds. The centerpiece of the set was a magnificent 9-carat, pure white rectangular diamond. At the time, the gift was valued at £3,700, equivalent to well over £100,000 today, and possibly much more. While the diamonds were initially intended to be set into a bracelet, they were later transformed into a brooch. The exact date and circumstances of this transformation remain unknown, but the brooch's design reflects the elegant lines and symmetry characteristic of the late Art Deco style popular in the 1940s. Despite the diamonds being incorporated into the brooch in the mid-20th century, it wasn't publicly worn until March 2014. On that occasion, the Queen chose it for a Commonwealth reception at Marlborough House in London, emphasizing the brooch's connection to a Commonwealth country, South Africa. Since then, the brooch has been worn at several events. One of its most recent appearances was in November 2018, when the Queen wore it to open the new headquarters of Schroders in London. The Jaeger-LeCoultre caliber 101 watch, worn by Queen Elizabeth II, is a true masterpiece of horology and jewelry design. blending refined mechanics with luxurious aesthetics. Its history is tied to significant moments in the Queen's life. Her coronation in 1953. The caliber 101, created by Jaeger-LeCoultre in 1929, still holds the record as the smallest mechanical watch movement in the world. Its dimensions are remarkably tiny, just 14 millimeters in length, 4.8 millimeters in width, and weighing less than a single gram. Despite these miniature proportions, this mechanism consists of 98 components, each requiring exceptional precision in crafting and assembly. Even today, only 3 watchmakers at Jaeger-LeCoultre possess the expertise to assemble this intricate movement. The watch was gifted to Queen Elizabeth II by Vincent Auriol, then President of France, likely as a diplomatic gesture. Crafted in yellow gold and adorned with diamonds, the watch was designed to resemble a bracelet, with the timepiece itself nearly invisible within the setting. This ingenious design allowed the Queen to discreetly check the time during ceremonies without breaching protocol, as visible timepieces were considered inappropriate for women in formal settings. At her coronation in 1953, Queen Elizabeth paired this watch with other grand jewels. Its elegant design seamlessly complemented her ensemble, adding a subtle yet functional touch of refinement. The watch's understated presence blended perfectly with her attire, rendering it nearly imperceptible amidst her other regalia. In 2012, to mark the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, Jaeger-LeCoultre presented Her Majesty with a modernized version of the caliber 101 watch. The updated model, crafted in white gold and set with baguette-cut diamonds, offered a contemporary reimagining of the original design while maintaining its timeless elegance. The Cartier Lily brooch is a rare and remarkable jewel, distinguished by its exquisite design and unusually large size. Created by Cartier in 1939, this brooch was designed as a way to repurpose diamonds belonging to Queen Elizabeth, later known as the Queen Mother. These diamonds were likely sourced from dismantled or modified pieces of jewelry and kept by Cartier for future use. At the time, Cartier held 589 such diamonds in reserve, of which 197 were used to create the Lily brooch, with an additional 52 diamonds provided by Cartier to complete the design. The brooch depicts a stylized lily stem with 2 fully bloomed flowers paved with diamonds. 6 pear-shaped diamonds represent buds. Notably, the lower flower and one of the buds can be detached and worn as separate pieces. An innovative feature of the brooch was its adjustable length. The stems included movable joints that allowed the brooch to be shortened for greater comfort. However, these joints were later fixed, leaving only certain elements removable. The Queen Mother wore the brooch frequently during the late 1940s and early 1950s, but as time passed, she gravitated toward more delicate pieces. After her death in 2002, the brooch was inherited by Queen Elizabeth II, who also wore it sparingly. One of its most memorable appearances occurred during a state banquet in honor of the President of South Africa in 2010. This outing was so rare that many royal jewelry enthusiasts initially believed the brooch to be a previously unseen piece. The limited public appearances of the brooch are likely due to its weight and substantial size. With its 249 diamonds, the brooch is undeniably stunning, but challenging to wear comfortably. Despite this, the Cartier Lily brooch remains an essential part of the royal collection, reflecting both Cartier's craftsmanship and the grandeur of jewels designed for the British monarchy. The Golden Emerald Suite is another mysterious set in Queen Elizabeth II's collection, notable for its unconventional pairing of emeralds and diamonds with bright yellow gold. This jewelry suite has been seen in public only a handful of times, adding to its intrigue and rarity. The suite first appeared in November 2000 at the premiere of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. 4 years later, in November 2004, it resurfaced at the premiere of Ladies in Lavender at Leicester Square. These 2 occasions are among the few times Queen Elizabeth II has been seen wearing this unique set. The suite comprises 3 elements: a necklace, a bracelet, and a pair of earrings. Its modern design stands out against the more traditional pieces in the royal collection. The yellow gold accentuates the rich green hues of the emeralds, while the diamonds add a touch of brilliance. However, the origins of this set remain unknown. There is no record of its creator or donor, leading to speculation that it may have been a gift from a foreign nation. The next jewel, a bouquet-shaped brooch, was presented to Queen Elizabeth II in honor of her Diamond Jubilee in 2012. Created by Cleve & Company, the brooch was a gift from King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa of Bahrain, presented during a banquet at Windsor Castle. The event brought together more than 40 royal families from around the world, and King Hamad's gift stood out for its thoughtful symbolism and uniqueness. The brooch, crafted from white gold and set with 60 diamonds, a nod to the Queen's 60 years on the throne, is remarkable for its shape. It is a replica of the coronation bouquet that Queen Elizabeth carried on June 2, 1953. The original bouquet, created by court florist Martin Longman, featured English orchids, lily of the valley, Scottish stephanotis, carnations from Northern Ireland and the Isle of Man, and Welsh lilies. This symbolism highlighted the connection between the Diamond Jubilee and the coronation, the pivotal event marking the beginning of the Queen's reign. The brooch was presented in an elegant rock crystal box, adorned with white gold and diamonds, adding to the grandeur of the gift. Despite its beauty and sentimental value, the Queen has never worn this brooch at any public event. The reasons remain unknown, but its intricate design, with small, delicate details, may make it less visible from a distance, which is often a priority for royal jewels displayed in public settings. Which of the jewels I talked about did you like the most? Did you learn something new? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends. See you in the next video.